Hey guys, it's Joshua and Eli here from This Is Podcast, the show where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, and nobody cares.
Hi, today we have our very first of a new series called This Is Firearms.
Hey guys, hope you're having a beautiful day, and welcome to the first This Is Firearms. And we're going to split this up into two parts because we did recently go out and fire two different guns. I own a rifle and you own a rifle. And this first part is about your rifle, so tell us about your rifle. What do you have?
I have a Ruger 1022 Carbine. Obviously, just about everybody knows that it shoots 22 long rifle, one of the most popular rounds in the world. I have a Tasco 3-9x32 scope on it. They call it the rimfire scope, I believe, at least the modern rendition of it, because mine is from 1998, only 3 years after I was born. Actually, I was looking at it a little bit late because I'm just guessing because of the serial number. It's a little bit later in the year too. Probably right around my birthday. So, yeah, that's what we have here, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I guess you shot it the other day. We both shot it the other day. I had my first experience shooting it, actually. I got it just a while back, and we finally got to go out and shoot it. So we did. And what do you think? You had.
Well, I'm pretty familiar with the 22 long rifle round. That's I grew up shooting with our grandfather. I've shot a lot of 22. Now I own a Mosin. I own a Mosin Nagant, and that's a 7.62 by 54R round, which is significantly larger.
Yeah,
I mean, it outclasses, and it's a marksman round. It's a rifle round. It's a high-powered rifle round. And so I think you were pretty surprised by the kick on the Mosin versus the 22, and it was nice for me. It was nice to go back to shooting some 22 because I don't actually have a problem with the Mosin's kick, but it was nice to go back to shooting something just a little lighter.
It was fun shooting it, and Andrew had talked about, because Andrew shot it with us. Andrew went out shooting it with us too. He had talked about how he was expecting at least a little bit more than that. He was shooting it, and he said he kept pulling the shot, thinking they were going to go farther back. It was going to push. He was overcompensating for something that simply wasn't there.
Almost no kick at all. And this gun was a hell of a lot of fun to shoot. Undoubtedly.
You only shot a single mag through it, though.
I did. I only ran through a single mag. It's hard to, it's not like going out to the rifle range and just shooting. When we're making these videos, we're having to every time we run through a mag, we change angles. We gotta go and look and see what do we do an angle from the front, from behind? Do we go out and put the camera near the targets? And we're discussing what we're going to film. And so I didn't get to shoot that. I only got to shoot through a single magazine, but undoubtedly it was a hell of a lot of fun to shoot. Now, while I am really familiar with the 22 long rifle, I've never actually shot a 10-22, and I loved it so much. I'm actually planning in the future to buy my own 10-22.
Now I have mine scoped. When I bought this, it came scoped. But when you buy them new, they do come with a Picatinny rail for the top that you can mount easily. And just like that, this one actually has the Picatinny on it. Is the one that it would have come with,
right?
Or somebody might have gotten it later. Whoever owned this before me possibly got it later. But it's the same model, same shape, and everything of rail. And they usually just say, so talking about that real fast. The 1022 we all know has massive quantities of a massive amount of customization you can do. First of all, it's so easy to take apart. You just take off the the front ring here, and there's a little bolt on the bottom there. You just take those two out, and this whole assembly slides right out of the top.
Right.
So if I want to replace the stock, it's 2 screws. You take out, you undo that. You take out the body, you put in the new stock, and that's it.
Right.
This has the older mag release on it where you have to stick your thumb up into the
That
bottom.
was one thing I hate, and
it's gone though now. All the modern ones have a little tool on
so
it.
if you're not real familiar, okay, you got it locked. So he's got the bolt locked, but right here is your magazine release, and I didn't like that. I just didn't care for that. There was one thing about this gun I didn't like, and that was I felt like I had to really jam my finger or my thumb up in there to get the magazine to pull it out.
See, I don't have much of a problem with it, but I would like the newer one where it's got a little click.
I would like the little, yes.
All the newer ones have it. You can also purchase you can either purchase just a mag release yourself, or what I was thinking about doing, because it's an older trigger assembly anyways, I was thinking it's kind of disgusting up there, I can clean it, but just to put smoothness of it, I'm thinking about buying just a whole new trigger assembly, which will come with the mag release, anyways. And that is an easy drop in. You do what I said before, you take it out, take out 2 pins, drop out the trigger assembly, new trigger assembly, 2 pins back in, 2 bolts, that's it. Right. It's so customizable. Different scopes, you can get different scope mounts, so they're higher, so you can put different scopes on, because this one has only a little 32 millimeter objective lens here, but if you want to get something like a 50, which I was looking at another Tasco scope that has a 39 by 50, just to let more light in. If you want to get like a 50, it's going to hit here, so you have to get a higher mount. But even though they're cheap, everything you can do just about anything you want to this gun. I've seen
On the topic of scopes, because you were just talking about scopes, that was the other thing about this particular rifle I didn't like. I do not like scopes. Just as a rule of thumb, I'm not really crazy about scopes. I'm really an iron sight guy. I find it really helps me hone in on my shot and put my shots on target where I want them. And when I fired this the first time, I only had a number of shots on target. But for starters, you had it at 9 times, which was way too close.
Yeah, it was a 3 to 9. So
and you had 9. I didn't realize that. You didn't tell me that, and I didn't really realize it. And so I was having trouble finding the targets. But I just find iron sights, I just really do much, much better. I'm much more accurate using the standard iron sights that the gun came with. So, when I buy my 1022, I probably won't buy.
See,
I'll probably remove the Picatinny rail.
It doesn't come on. The Picatinny rail comes separate. In the box.
Right, yeah,
in the box, you mount it yourself. There's 2 screws in the top below here. You take them out and you put the Picatinny
I want to go ball, yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. I do like scopes. I do like iron sights too. I do prefer scopes on rifles. It's just something I like. When I went trap shooting for the first time, obviously you don't want to have a scope on for trap shooting. You just don't scope trap shooting. But there was a gentleman that had a shotgun with a scope on it that he was actually taking off as I was getting there because he obviously was trap shooting. But he had a scope on it for when he shoots with slugs.
Right.
And I remember looking through them, I feel a lot better about this. I just feel I know where my shots are going to land a little better. That's a personal preference. Another thing that maybe helped me a lot, if you'll see somewhere around here, we'll have the targets. At the very end of our time shooting, we shot side by side. Downrange, we had 2 targets we were shooting. And I was able to see through mine. You couldn't see exactly where you were hitting. I was able to see through mine that I was shooting slightly to the left, so I pulled it, because the wind had started blowing a little hard, I was pulling slightly to the left, so I started shooting slightly to the right, aiming slightly to the right so I could hit in the center. And I did. I got 6 out of 10 shots in the center, 3 to the left, and then 1 that I pulled that was way up high.
Yeah.
So I like that I'm able to see what I'm doing.
Right.
That's just a personal preference. So, everybody has a personal preference on it. I do have, as I said, mine's from 1998, but I do have a 40th anniversary BX1 magazine there, the clear one. Now it's really, really dirty. If you do look on the bottom, it says 1964 to 2004, so this is from 2004. They did start making clear mags after that, because people really liked it, they could see, and people liked it. But I don't believe the other clear mags that aren't from 2004 have it labeled that way.
See, I don't really understand with the clear magazine, because when you put in the gun, the whole unit is up in there.
Yeah,
and you really can't see your shots. You know, it's not like
I think
like,
the biggest
you
thing
know,
people find it fanciful because they could see what's going on inside.
Yeah,
That's why I,
don't
did.
know.
Like,
I don't
explain
know.
the mag. Because
There's no real, like, well, you know, you look at like the G36C assault rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It has a clear magazine, but it makes sense because it, you know, it's a banana clip that comes out,
and you can see how many rounds
you fired off,
it's
or
not really
at least estimate.
It's really not though about how many rounds there are.
Yeah,
left
it's
in
more of an aesthetic when you put the shell.
It's an aesthetic. It's, you know, idea. 40 years later now everybody gets to see what's inside. I don't know. Mine's incredibly dirty. It works just fine, so I don't have a problem with that. There's really not an easy way to clean them out. To me, I've never watched any videos on it, honestly. I have another one of those, another BX1, but I bought that this year when we first went and got ammunition.
Right.
Because Josh is going to acquire a single 6 eventually, a Ruger single 6, which also shoots
22 long
rifle. So he just wanted to have.
We'll probably actually have a video of that coming up here very soon. Right in the next, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we will have a 22 long rifle video out.
And we do have...
Or 22, a single 6.
A single 6,
I said 22 long rifle.
Maybe
we're just talking about 22
maybe
long
we'll
rifles.
eventually have one about just the bullets themselves. We do have different kinds.
You did buy some different bullets, so tell us all those.
This is the one that we each got a bulk pack. Vance's Outdoors up in Columbus, Obetz, Ohio. Had them on sale. The sale is long over now.
Right.
But it was 325 rounds of federal target grade ammunition, auto match, you know, just the basic, for like $22 or something like that. So we both each got a pack. The other one's in here. It's got some used. This one's still unopened. This one's open. This one's unopened. But then the other day before we went shot, I went ahead and I was like, you know, I'll pick up some extra, just to try out some other map. There's a large craze out there about people saying, oh, a certain round shoots better in my gun, or you know, there are differences in certain kinds of rounds, but it's questionable to me. I guess as I get more experience, maybe I'll understand more why people only use certain ones. Like these right here are. Good job, Eli.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, left it in its package.
These are Winchester Super X 40 grain copper jacket hollow points. So like I have those. We always have the federal match grade that's unopened somewhere. And then right here we have little subsonics from Aquila, and they pretty much look exactly like those. They're not jacketed, anything like that. They're 40 grains, but honestly, in shooting it, I didn't feel a difference. We heard a small difference in those, really not much, because mostly it's for suppression. If you suppress something, it'll help it. But
well, you know, my thing is, and I've said this before. Other than ammo types, like the difference between a hollow point and a standard shot, a standard bullet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I understand that, you know, a hollow point's going to do more damage.
Yeah.
When it hits a target, whether you're shooting at you know, where you're shooting targets, or you're shooting at you know, varmints or something like that. Even in a self-defense capacity, you know, a hollow point's going to do more damage.
Yeah.
What I don't get is different. You know, I don't get, you know, what's the difference between a Winchester, what's the difference between a Remington, what's the difference between, you know, a Federal.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, a bullet is a bullet is a bullet. You know, I will shoot out my gun what is affordable, and I don't notice a difference. I've shot a couple of different, I've shot Silver Bear tall arms, I've shot some Bulgarian military surplus.
Oh, yeah, surplus, yeah.
I was trying to figure out actually, what I have right now is Russian military surplus.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've shot all those out of my Nagant and not had an issue with putting shots on target. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know. I think people get a little bit wonky about what they want to put in their gun, and you know, it's brand association, I guess. It's
Mm-hmm.
more than anything else.
I mean, I guess there are some well-known brands. Obviously, Winchester is an incredibly well-known brand, and you know, people said that they live up to their name. Again, I'm not an experienced firearms user, So I don't really know what I should be listening for, what I should be feeling for. You know, I guess as time goes by, maybe I'll figure out more and be like, you know what, I do like Winchesters more. You know, I do like Federal more, or Aquila more, or Tola Arms, or something like that. As time goes by, maybe I'll figure that out more. But as of right now, the only difference I experienced is when I was shooting the hollow points at my little plinker, which you'll see the little video somewhere around here. When they hit, obviously they break into multiple pieces as the little 22 hollow points do. You can see where some of the little pieces flew off and chipped off some other paint on the little plinker. So,
you know, before we sign out here, some final thoughts. You know, I mean, this is your gun, so tell us some final thoughts about it. Some things that
it's a hell of a lot of fun to shoot. I like the scope. I know you don't. Where it's mounted, I felt it was a perfect eye relief from the end of the butt up to the, I felt I had pretty good eye relief. Some people, like have their scope really far up. Some people like have it right here. But it's got a good eye relief for me. Scope wise, it handles well. I do have one small complaint with it, and that it does not have a place to mount a strap, which I would really like. They do have, you can buy new front rings here that have a little attachment
swivel piece.
So I might get one of those in the future, because I would like to have a strap on it, just to carry it.
Right.
When I'm walking around, I don't like having to walk around over like this, or however you want to carry your gun. I like to sling it over my shoulder, and I can't do that with this. So I do like that for safety reasons. I do like gun safety. I keep my gun with the safety on. Whenever it's not ready to be shot, I keep my, when I'm not using it at all, I keep a Remington trigger lock on there. When walking around, I would like to be able to carry it on my shoulder where it's pointing up in the air, not over my shoulder like this, pointing at the guy behind me, carrying it like this way. If it does go off, it could ricochet and hit somebody over here. So, obviously, if you shoot up in the air, it will come down eventually. But in my opinion, it's one of the safer ways to carry a rifle. So, your final thoughts on it? I know you shot it.
Like I said, it was a hell of a lot of fun. I'm going to be buying one. My thing is, if you're not a shooter, if you're ever going to shoot one gun,
it's something like this.
It's something like this. A 22 long rifle, and yeah, I would even go so far as to say, if you're ever going to shoot one gun, the 10-22 is the gun to shoot. Well, it encompasses everything that you would want.
It is one of the most popular guns ever sold.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's one of the most popular rounds. One of the most inexpensive rounds. Now, in some places, it is hard to find. I haven't had that problem. When we went to Vance's, they not only had this on sale, but they also had a bunch of other choices. Here at Ohio Valley Outdoors, here in Lancaster, they have choices. And they're
it's the cost that's so damn attractive to me, because I fire the Nagant, and it's a pricey round to shoot, and we'll get more than that in the next video. But final thoughts. Absolutely, I love this gun. I am buying my own because of the experience of shooting it.
We highly recommend it to you. What do you think about the gun? I know what do you think about this? Do you have one? Do you want to get one? Have we convinced you to get one?
Have you shot one? We would love, comment below.
If you have one that's tricked out a little bit, go ahead and post pictures on our Facebook or tag us on Instagram. We'd love to see them. So without further ado, I did the last time.
You did do that last time.
I'm going to go and clock us out, I guess. I'm Eli.
I'm Joshua.
And this is Firearms. Hey guys, I hope you liked today's episode. And if you did, go ahead and press that little like button below. Also comment if you've had any experiences at all with what we talked about. Also, go ahead and share it with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, and check out our new Instagram page at This Is Podcast. Well, I think it's time to go shoot some rounds off.